The case out of Colorado that America's still talking about tonight, the one ruling that Donald Trump is an insurrectionist unable to hold office again. That is the case of Anderson versus Griswold. Griswold being the Democratic Secretary of State, the one who puts the names on the primary ballot. And Anderson, I'll let Marshall Zellinger introduce us.
What does it say? It says no person shall be a senator or representative in Congress.
Of all people, Norma Anderson does not need a pocket constitution, but she has one.
What does it mean to me? It means democracy.
As a former Republican state lawmaker, she's well versed in the law of the land.
It's engaged in insurrection or rebellion.
Her knowledge of the Constitution helped her be the name and face of Anderson versus Griswold, the lawsuit to disqualify former President Trump from the Colorado primary ballot based on the 14th Amendment, which disqualifies someone for engaging in insurrection after taking an oath to support the Constitution.
I was concerned because of the courage of the courts. I'm sorry.
On Tuesday, the Colorado Supreme Court gave Anderson a win, keeping Trump from the Colorado ballot, pending an appeal to the United States Supreme Court. Colorado's decision is already having a ripple effect on both sides of the country. In Maine, the Secretary of State there has delayed a ruling until next week on 3 challenges to keep Trump off the ballot. In California, the Lieutenant Governor sent this letter to the Secretary of State saying, based on the Colorado Supreme Court ruling in Anderson versus Griswold, I urge you to explore every legal option to remove former President Trump from California's 2024 presidential primary ballot. Anderson's name is now a court case that will be cited repeatedly.
Hey, that's sort of nice. I'll live forever.
The Trump campaign has said it will appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court, as will the Colorado GOP, which is led by Trump supporters, who, despite her constitutional knowledge, consider Anderson a rhino, a Republican in name only.
I'm on their Rhino Hall of Shame. And I don't really care because they are not the Republican Party that I was born in, raised in, volunteered, campaigned, and represented.
What are they? Now we wait for an actual appeal to be filed in Anderson versus Griswold. Anderson is not appealing, Griswold certainly not appealing, but because the Trump campaign and the Colorado Republican Party became what are known as interveners in the case, they are allowed to appeal, and they will be the ones taking us to the United States Supreme Court.
It's always been kind of a weird dynamic because Secretary Griswold's been a spectator in this. Right. I think we can assume, based on the things that she said that are very anti-Trump, that she's happy with this ruling, but she's just kind of been on the sidelines throughout.
Oh, right. And it's just... The question I had at the beginning in September is, could she have done this without a lawsuit? Could she have made the determination that he violated the 14th Amendment, thus disqualifying him? But we don't get into that. We didn't get an answer from that because it's just, look, whatever the courts tell me is what I'll do. So I never did get an answer to that. Luckily, the courts, luckily for her, the courts have said, this is what you can do now. But clearly she would not appeal and be like, actually, I don't think that's the case.
Yeah. Griswold doesn't have to go out on a limb because that's what the court decided. Marshall, thank you.